Today on Tank Radio, I'm going to be going through my POTA bag and I'm going to be telling you what improvements I made to the pack. Plus, I'm going to see if I can get everything from this bag to this bag just to make it smaller or lighter. On Tank Radio! So play that awesome intro video!
Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You can support me on Patreon. There is a link in the description below.
I'm hoping by the end of this I can pull everything out of this bag, which is my search and rescue bag, and get it into this nice side saddle for a POTA. It will just condense everything to a smaller pack, and I will be able to POTA much easier and faster without lugging this thing around. Plus, I want to use this again for search and rescue. First thing I want to talk about is this fiberglass rod I got from Home Depot. I love how orange it is and reflective. It has some reflective tape up here. So when you set this up in a POTA site, not a lot of people, or hopefully no one's going to be walking into it because it's so highly visible. I just got to figure out how to reliably attach antennas to the other end. But I do like this rod. Another thing I added to my pack is this flagging tape. This tape I use to flag my antenna when it's down, around chest level or a little lower, so that people can see your antenna. If your antenna is not nicely marked, you're going to have people walking into it all the time. So this is how I prevent that from happening. To the flagging tape, to keep it from unraveling, I had taken my solder iron and run lines on the tape so it doesn't unravel. I can hold it here, and I've used it 3 or 4 times, and it's not going to unravel. I did it to both sides, and it's a nice way to secure it so you don't have this mess on your hands. Let's go ahead and go into the pack and see what else we got here. I got my antennalyzer. This is also a great addition to pack just to have, just in case you want to look at your antenna. Of course, I have my G90 and my 9-hour amp-hour battery. Rope to throw up into the trees. On my throwing rope, I added carabiners, and this is very nice to quickly put the weight on and take the weight off. Also, it's nice to hook the ropes together, and if you need a longer one, it's just a simple, quick attachment. This is my throw weight. I took a Kong dog toy and I put a eye hook in it, and I made it a throw weight. So this is a very good, it bounces off of things and hopefully won't damage too much. And the mic, of course. Then you have your solar charge controller. And of course an antenna. This is a Atom Special, a 10-to-1 end-fed half-wave antenna. And finally you got the cable. Another addition I have is a hammer. I want to replace this with something lighter, so yes. The next challenge is to see if I can fit everything in here. So cue the time lapse.
This is attempt 1. If I can only get the battery in here, it will be better. I could do this again.
So I think this is it for the final configuration for this pack. The only drawbacks is it's a little small, and I couldn't find anywhere to put the feed line, and the radio and the battery barely fit in the main compartment, and there's no room for the antennalyzer. You don't really need an antennalyzer, with the 9-to-1 end-fed half-wave antenna I have here. But it's always kind of nice to have, especially if you're going out and meet some folks. Always need an antennalyzer. Other than that, I have the mic and the solar charger in the front pocket here. I do want to keep the solar charger along with the battery instead of the solar charger with the solar cell, which is in my car still, just because I want to have it with the battery so I don't drain the battery too low and make it unusable. I have the 60 feet of feed line here. There's another 30 feet, which I could get in there, but I'll just make it a little tight. And I think 60 feet is more than enough. than for most cases. And then in the back here, in this small little pocket, I have the antenna. Maybe, hold on. Just had a thought. Don't really need the boxing. Shove that right on in. Ho ho! I have an antennalizer now with my pack. Yes! Zip that up. Then in the front flap here, I have the flagging tape. I just want to have this in my pack. So we'll put it together here. It does look like a little bit of a mess and things are just kind of hanging out on the side here. That's all the room I have in this pack. I will probably be looking for a smaller day pack. I could probably put all this stuff in for a backpack, but I think this is gonna be my POTA pack for now.
That's it. That's everything in the pack after I repacked it. I really liked it. I got it down to a smaller pack, and I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. I haven't had a chance for that yet since the field day just happened, and we're about to go on the plane to Orlando. I'm looking forward to everyone to see you up in Orlando. Until next time, thank you for watching. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You can support me on Patreon. There's a link in the description below. And to all my tankers out there, go forth and conquer.